Hello, good evening. Happy Wednesday evening. Today is February 5th, 2025. My name is Tina Bickford. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! Here in the US, located in the chilly Northeast. Yeah, got more snow coming tomorrow and Saturday. I'm just done. I'm done. Welcome to my craft room. You know where it's not snowing? In my craft room. You know where it's nice and warm? In my craft room. So we are going to create. So on Sunday, we did the, do I have it? I don't have it. We did what I call the triple flap fun fold in the portrait version. And I showed you, do I have showed you? So okay. So this is the card that was the inspiration. This is the card I made from Susan Campfield's video, like so. And then we did the portrait version where it is has the extra flap that tucks in. Sorry for the lighting. So there and there and then there. And I told you on Wednesday we would do the landscape version, the horizontal version. So we're going to do that tonight. Are you excited? So I've cut all of the cardstock and all of that. I'll have all of the dimensions. So I do already have a project sheet for this that I will post a link to once the video posts. I will also put a list of all of the products that I'm using in tonight's video. I'll put that in the description of the video. Again, remember you have to click that little more in order to see all of it. So yeah, so if you're here watching live, go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know where you're watching from. And I'm going to switch down to the desk camera. And I've got just some things. Oh, so if you're watching over on YouTube and you're not subscribed to my channel, you are missing out. You need to subscribe. And you need to like and share my videos and tell your friends all about it because I'm super fun. Okay, so let's just switch down to the desk camera. Just crazy. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. So let me switch down to the desk camera, figure this out. Perfect. So just a couple of things I wanted to go over. I had posted this earlier over on Facebook. Yesterday, Stampin' Up! Dropped this list of 11 items that you can now get as part of the celebration freebies with a $60 order. These are catalog items. These aren't just celebration exclusive. These are items that you've been able to buy in the catalog. So how fun is that? Cool. So there's a picture of this over on my Facebook. If you don't follow me there, it's the Tatted Stamper at Facebook. So move that out of the way. All right. So this, let me just grab. This is the card. So this is the card that I did the project sheet on. So this is the card that will have all of the dimensions for this card. All of the products that I used in this card will be listed on my website at stampinup.net. So this card right here just opens all the ways like this. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some of the products that we're going to use tonight. I have one other alternate card to show you, one other design to show you after we make this one. I will link the list to all of these products in the description of this video on both YouTube and Facebook. So tonight we're going to be using one of my favorite embossing folders, Dashing Designs 3D embossing folder. You guys have seen me use that one a lot. So mixed labels. So the mixed labels, we're going to be using one of the dies from here. I wanted to show you these though. These are really super. I love that mixed font, how some of it's printed and some of it is cursive. Love it, love it. You can see those different sayings there. And then for the dies that go with it, this is a bundle. So the dies that go with this are very like fun. Like these have stitching on them. Very, very cool. This is actually the one we're going to be using. I love this shape. So I'm just going to set that one aside. We're going to use that. I'm not going to be using any of the stamps from Mixed Labels, but we are going to be using stamps from Hearts of Elegance. So the Hearts of Elegance is another really beautiful set. Again, with this really nice, I love cursive. I just love cursive. So there's all of those. And then the dies that go with this bundle are, ta-da, and I have in these two as well. So you got, there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 different heart sizes, just the plain hearts. Then you've got this this one that actually does a little bit of a fancy edging on there. And then these ones cut out the stamped images here, the rose and the leaves. And then you have these two fun ones that these are the ones that we're going to be using tonight. So this one is just it's just cut out just a heart, but with that little detail on the edges. And this one has all of that, like it almost looks like embroidery to me. So we're going to be using that one. And the sentiments that we're going to be using from this set, we're going to be using the XOXO and then Sending Lots of Love. Okay. We'll just set, I have those already loaded up on my block. So I will just set all of that over there. For our cardstock, we're going to be using Lost Lagoon. I've already cut those, so just set that aside. You guys, this designer series paper, can I just tell you, like seriously, this is super pretty. It's the Lost Lagoon, the Old Olive, and the Night of Navy, and you have these beautiful floral and like a striped dotted, this geometric pattern here, stripes. This is on the last chance list and it's on sale. I believe this is on sale for $8.75 US. It's so pretty. And yes, I do have another pack on order because it's very pretty. All right, so let's just go over our dimensions. All right, so to start with our card base, and you guys can see I have my my grid paper down so that we can see the dimensions on this card. So for this card base, the card base is 8 and oh, that, you know what? I don't think I cut that right. I'm starting off good, right? I told you it was a long day. Let me see. Yeah, I cut that too short. So let me just grab another piece real quick. But the beauty of the grid paper is that I can see at a glance that that is too short. Okay, so let me grab my paper trimmer. which is actually a good thing. I haven't shown you guys a paper trimmer in a while, so I usually have all of my stuff cut. So we're just going to cut this. We have the paper trimmer has this really nice like ridge on the side. I like to cut towards that. It gives me something stable that, you know, my paper is pushed up against. So this this card base is 4 1/4. So this is already cut at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to extend this arm, which is awesome. It goes out to like 17 1/4 inches. So you can cut lots of long paper. It certainly would accommodate a 12 by 12 sheet of paper if you are a scrapbooker. And this is going to be cut at 8 3/4. So the piece that I had on my grid paper earlier, I cut a 1/2 inch short. So I cut it at 8 1/4. You're going to cut this at 8 3/4. Perfect. That was an easy fix. And then we also have pieces that we're calling flap 1 and flap 2. So flap 1 is going to be, and let me just double check this. So flap 1 is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. And flap 2, this up here, is 2 1/4 by 5. And then we have a piece that we're going to use. I'm calling this the flap 1 layer. This is going to be, let me just grab this real quick. This is going to be this layer right here that's embossed. Okay. So, hello, Luann. Thank you for joining. So this piece, I'm calling this the flap 1 layer. We will emboss this. So this is 3 1/2 inches by 3 1/4 inches. And then we have our inside panel. Because we're using a darker colored cardstock, you are going to want an inside panel that you can write on. So the inside panel, this is pretty standard. This is a pretty standard size. This is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then I just have this piece here. This is I'm going to use this for my sentiment and for some die cuts. This piece, this is just a scrap. You can use whatever scrap size you want. I'm telling you what I have. I have a 4 inch by 2 1/2 inch piece. And then we have our designer series paper. This is that beautiful Lost Lagoon. This is both sides of this paper. It's so beautiful. So this piece that we have, so we need one piece that is 4 inches by 3 inches. And then we have this other piece that we need, which is 3 3/4 inches by 2 inches. Yay. Okay. So now we are going to do some scoring. I'm going to just grab my paper trimmer again. Grab my cardstock and my 2 flaps, and what I'm going to do is I am going to score my card base first. My card base is going to be scored at, I'm so sorry about that reflection. Okay, so I'm going to get my cutting blade out of the way because I do not want to cut this. I want to score it. So I'm just going to move that cutting blade out of the way. And the light gray blade is your scoring blade. So I'm going to score this along the 8 3/4 inch side. I'm going to score it at 5 1/2 inches. And give it a nice firm score. You just want to be careful you don't go too heavy on it because you don't want to rip your cardstock. Okay. And we're going to burnish that after. So on flap 1, on the 4 3/4 inch side, you're going to score that at 1 inch. Like so. And then same thing on this one. This is flap 2 along the 5 inch side. You're going to score that at 1 inch. Okay. Move that and grab my bone folder, and we're going to score this really well. Score all these really good. Really, really good. Okay. Voila, we have that. Okay. So if you remember on Sunday's video, what we did here is we're going to adhere flap 1 to the card base on the right hand side. And what I did was I just butt it right up against the card base. I applied my glue, I butt it right up against, centered from top to bottom, and then just flipped my card, that little 1-inch section over. That's how I found it to be easiest. If you find it easiest to flip that 1-inch piece over, glue it, and then manipulate it this way, that is fine too. You just want to line up edge to edge. Okay, so your scored line on your flap 1 to your edge of the card. So let me just do that. And you can use whatever adhesive you are comfortable with. You do want something that's going to be strong. So like the multi-purpose liquid glue, like I'm using. Only thin lines of this though. You don't want it gushing out. Or you can use tear and tape or whatever adhesive you want. So I'm just going to, so one of the kind of neat things with the grid paper is when I'm holding this on when I'm holding my card on the grid paper, I can kind of gauge by the lines where center is on this card. So if I have this card, I'll put it down here and it's 4 1/4 inches this way. And if I just line this up here, like so, and flip that over and hold it, that's going to be right in the center from top to bottom. Like that. So while that is sitting, and you can see it's right on the very edge. So there. And now for this piece, for our flap 2, we're going to put this on the front of our card base. So the way we're going to do that, same as we did here for the card base, we're going to make sure that that front flap is folded. We're going to put our glue on this little 1-inch tab that is up, you know, it's folded up like this. And then we're going to butt them together, centered from top to bottom, and then flip this flap over. Okay. And just add my glue. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go ahead and line this up where I feel like it's centered. And I'm going to flip that tab right over. And if you do have a little bit of glue gushing out here or gushing out there, it doesn't really matter because we're going to cover it anyway. Okay. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start putting some designer series paper and our embossed image. So our embossed cardstock. So let me just move some stuff here. Now I know you guys have seen me do this before, but we'll do it again. So I am just taking my embossing folder and I'm going to take my cardstock. I'm going to open the folder. Now with the Stampin' Up! Embossing folders, they do have this line at the bottom. So if it's something that, if it's an embossing folder that is directional, you have this line at the bottom of the folder for you to guide you so that your cardstock is straight, so that your image will be straight. In this case, it's not really, so you can kind of figure out where you want that folder to be on your paper, and then bring in my cut and emboss machine. So to do the embossing for the 3D, I need my plate 1. I need my embossing folder with my cardstock in it, the folded edge first going into the machine, and then I need my plate 4. I'm just going to sandwich that together, roll that through. like that. Let's move that out of the way. We're not done with that yet. We've got some die cutting to do, but we are done with the embossing. So that is our embossed piece. Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. We are going to put our embossed piece. So this is the way our card looks now. This is our flap one. This is the one we're calling our flap one. So if we close this, the embossed cardstock is going to go here on this. Okay. So I am going to put glue. Again, any adhesive that you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. This one, I have my tear and tape handy, and I have my multi-purpose liquid glue handy. I just like the multi-purpose liquid glue. All right, so I'm just going to center that on all four sides of my flap one. And I'm just going to give it just a little bit of a press just until that glue holds. You don't want to be pressing too hard because you don't want to squish the glue out. Nobody wants squished glue. Then we're going to grab our designer series paper and we're going to put this on. So this larger piece, the 4" by 3" piece, we're going to put on our card base. So this piece right here, this flap right here, we're going to put it on there. And you could do this anyway. So this one's going to go here. So this just gives you a little preview of what the card would look like. And you could kind of figure this out, whichever way you want to do it. You could do it anyway. You could do it so that you have the same designer series paper like this. You could do, this is why I love this two-sided designer series paper. You could do it so that the card looks like this. Or you could do it, we could put the designer series paper that way. And we could do this. Or we could do this. This is what my thought was because of the elements that I'm going to put on here. I didn't want a busy piece here. So let's start adhering that. We're going to take our larger piece of designer series paper, glue it up, and put that on our card base right here on this flap. And you're just centering it evenly, all four sides on that card front. Got a little bit of glue smushing out. I'm just going to take a tissue and just get the heavy off there. Now, when that dries a little bit, I'm going to take my glue eraser, my adhesive eraser, and I am going to get that off. So then this piece of designer series paper, I said I wanted this on this side, so I'm just going to flip it over, put my glue on, be a little bit more careful this time not to goop it all on. Now this piece is going to go on this flap. So we're just going to move this flap over. We're going to close it and we're going to put our designer series paper on this flap. Now, if you've got this centered on this flap, your designer series paper here and here will actually line up. Okay. So now that's kind of a preview of what our card's going to look like. Now we have our inside. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside. We are going to stamp on the inside. I'm going to stamp the sending lots of love. So I'm just going to tap, 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 gentle here. I'm going to just stamp it right in the center. I think. Stamp it in the center and hope I get it straight. Oh yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Not too bad at all. All right. And then we're going to, I'm just going to close that up so I don't get covered in it. And I am going to glue this now to the inside of the card. So I'm just going to flip it over, put my glue. And I'm going to open this card wide open and put that right in the center of that card. And just a nice gentle rub on that paper so that that glue will grab. And then we close, close, and close. How stinking simple is that? Well, now we have to make some decisions. Okay. So I am going to stamp the XOXO. I'm going to just stamp this one now so that I can just close this paper, this ink pad for good so I don't get it covered. I'm just going to stamp that just anywhere right now on that white scrap piece of paper because we are going to die cut it. So I'm going to die cut this out of this. And then I'm also going to die cut a little white heart out of that same paper. The decision that we have to make is what color we want this to be. So I am just going to move my stamp, cut, and emboss machine back over here. And let's get these two things cut. So I'm just going to, when you're die cutting with this machine, you need your base plate 1, your die adapter 2, you need one of your cutting mats, your number 3 cutting mats. Then you're going to put your cardstock with your dies. And I'm lining up the one for the sentiment. I'm not worried about holding it steady. I think I have like a little, I have like this little trick where I come in kind of at an angle with my other die plate and then smush it right down and hold it. And as soon as you start rolling it in, it holds enough pressure that those dies don't really move. So there. So I'm not done with that. We're going to bring that back, but I wanted to just get these over here. So with this one is, it's got that really beautiful stitching around. Pretty. And this one, so with the dies, you'll notice on the back of the dies, the little holes, those are little relief holes. So when your cardstock is in your die, you just come and push just a little bit of pressure, and that helps just to kind of release the cardstock from the die. And so now we have this die with that stitching on the side. Okay. Beautiful. All right. I am going to die cut this heart. Here is our card. I need help deciding what color I'm going to cut this from. You guys can help me decide. Do you want it cut from silver foil, or gold? What do you guys think? Silver or gold? I'm leaning towards that silver. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do silver or gold. Which ones do you want me to do? Silver or gold? Not seeing any comments come in. So I'm going to just go with the silver. All right. So I'm going to take this. So this piece of silver, this is just silver foil cardstock that I got at, I think I got it at like the dollar store or something. You know, I don't know. You guys, like, do you walk through the dollar store and go right directly to the craft section and see all of the beautiful things? They're only $1 or $1.25 now, I guess, US. All right, so we're back to our die cutting. Base plate 1, die adapter 2, cutting plate 3. Now, when you're working with foil, you do this die, it's not going to matter because it's a pretty solid die. But if I were cutting this one out, I would want to be very careful that my top cutting plate, or that whatever cutting plate was on, you know, on this side, the foil side, I would want to make sure that it was like new, so that you didn't get all of the lines and impressions from the cut lines on your foil. Again, this particular one, not really going to matter because it's pretty solid. Okay. And I'm just going to come in, roll that through. So this is, again, this die is from the Hearts of Elegance die set. I'm just going to come in here and look at how gorgeous, gorgeous. Love it. Love it, love it. All right, let's bring our card back. We are almost done. So I also just because I stamped and die cut these 2 little leaves from the Hearts of Elegance, because I think I'm going to use these on this card. So I am going to take, I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm just going to give this a good squish again. All of these score lines on both sides. Because there are so many layers on this, it does want to pop up. So you just want to make sure that you give those really good squishes. And you can see now it just wants to, lay a little bit flatter because of that. All right, so we're going to take, I don't know, are you guys addicted to dimensionals? Because I have to have dimensionals on everything I do. So we're going to take some dimensionals. We're going to put them on the back of this silver foil heart here. Thank you, Flo. Thank you. Yes, it's very pretty. This heart is gorgeous. And you cut out of any cardstock, it's gorgeous. But out of the foil, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to tip this way. I'm just going to tip the heart this way. Kind of wanted it tipped to make room for my sentiment, which I am also going to pop up on dimensionals, because why wouldn't I? So I'm going to just put a couple dimensionals there to this, and I'm just going to put this one right here. I'm going to overlap that heart just a bit there. And then last heart, we also need dimensionals on. I know you guys are like, oh my goodness, you guys, you're crazy, girl, with all the dimensions. All right, so I'm going to put this one. So this heart right here is actually going to help keep this flap closed. So I want to make sure that I don't put dimensionals on that area right there. So I'm just going to come in here, and I'm just going to put dimensionals on this side of the heart. Iced Images, thank you so much. Oh my God, I am so excited that you are here. I am a huge fan. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on. I think, though, what I wanted to do is I wanted to put these, leaves here. So I'm just going to take these leaves and actually just stick them right to one of those dimensionals like that. And then I'm going to come in and put this heart here. And you do want to make sure that your leaves are not overhanging the card, because obviously you need it to fit in the envelope. So I may have put that one a little bit. You need to put that down a little bit. Perfect. Perfect. Like so. like that. Perfect, perfect there. So here is our card. This top flap tucks into our heart to help keep it closed. So that just, oh, I got it on, I got the dimensional on it. Oh my goodness, Tina. Seriously. Okay. There. Now that's right. So there we go, like so. And then we just untuck to open. And then it's beautiful just like that. That is so pretty, like just like that. But then we open and then open again. Yay, sending lots of love, sending lots of love. Then closes, closes, and this tucks in just like that. Beautiful. Let's just look at a couple of the alt. So this is the one I did that I did the project sheet on. This will be linked in the description of this video a little bit later on. I do have the project sheet done. All I have to do is link it, but I do have to list all of the products that I used in this also on my website. So I'll work on that. But this one is from the Wildflower Birthday Suite, the paper. This paper is gorgeous. But I'm a huge fan of the pool party color anyway. So anything that's pool party is I'm loving. So this one just untucks from the little flower. The flower is up on dimensionals. This is a die cut that comes with that paper. And then, so this just, untuck that, open this, and then open the last flap. Happy birthday. Beautiful. I love it. Love it. Love it. So there was that one. And then I did just one more. This card I did using, I think this paper is called Nest of Winter or something like that. But the same thing, this one just, it untucks from this. This is just one of the dies from Spotlight on Nature. I fussy cut the little pine cone out and I fussy cut the bird out of the paper. This die here is from the Wildflower Designs, and the sentiment is from there also. I love that writing. So that one just untucks, open, open, and open, sending happy thoughts. Cool, cool, cool. And then just close it right back up, tuck that right in, just like that. Beautiful, beautiful. Let me just show you again the ones we did on Sunday. We did this one here. This is in the other direction. So this is the same heart that I used here. Just tuck this in. So untuck that one, flip, flip, and flip. This is this gorgeous paper that's an online exclusive called what is it called? Like Season of Happiness or something like that. It's beautiful. Again, it's got that Lost Lagoon in there, so I love it. And this is the Soft Waves embossing folder that is in the mini catalog. It is pictured with the Ocean Friends suite, the lobster and crab. So there is that one. I don't know what I did with my other ones. I don't know where they are. All right, well, we'll look at this one. This is the one that I did. So this is the one that I did that Sue Canfield demonstrated. So she received a card from Mary Nass. And this is the card I made watching Sue's video. This is the one that just flips like this and like this. Gorgeous. A little bit of extra scoring on the inside. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And this is the one that when I saw this one, I thought this would be awesome if I could just make that also a flap. So here we are, making it a flap. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. All right, let me just flip back to my other camera so I can say goodbye. Let me see. Okay, here I am. I hope that you guys enjoyed this live stream, and ice images. I'm not sure what your first name is, but thank you so much for joining. I am very honored to have you watch. Huge fan, so I'll be still watching some of yours and making the cards that you do. So I am so happy that you guys are here with me. I am so happy that you are allowing me to just share my passion with you for making cards. Um, it's my de-stressor. It's what I do so that I can just, create. And I just need to create, and I hope that you do too. So if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, like my videos, share my videos. It would really help my channel grow. We will be back. I will be back with another card. I don't know what the design is yet. Haven't even thought about it. But I will be back Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and hopefully, because we have that snow coming, so as long as I don't lose internet, I'll be back. So I hope that you all have a great whatever is left of your week, and I hope that you join me again on Sunday morning. I will have a great card for you either way. Bye.